sitting there trying to convince yourself to be happy is pretty tough. Even though everything seems fine on paper, you're convinced there's something else you feel like you need to find. It's kind of like when you just sat there on your phone, doom scrolling, hoping that something's gonna perk you up, but none of it really does the trick. You know, you wanna be energized. You want to wake up to live, not just exist. And I want to tell you that you can. Because fulfillment isn't just reserved for a few lucky individuals. I think fulfillment is a choice. And I genuinely do believe that there's a real and practical way to create it, or to feel it, however you want to look at it, I suppose. And that's exactly what I want to chat to you about in this video. You see, I think most people tend to look in the wrong places when trying to find fulfillment. You know, chasing achievements, relationships, money, promotions, they're all good, right? Those things will help to an extent, but they're all about looking outwards. The real answer is actually looking inwards. Fulfillment isn't something you just find laying around or you obtain by just achieving one thing. Well, potentially, but in most cases it isn't. I think it's something you choose to build step by step. And once you recognize that, you will stop trying to chase those highs and focus on the constant things that genuinely matter. By the end of the video, you're gonna have a clear process you can follow and start to create real fulfillment. The first step is to get very clear on what you actually want, because fulfillment comes from living in alignment with your visions, wants and needs, rather than other people's expectations. Come on. So just ask yourself, honestly, what do you care about? If you are mega passionate about fitness or the F1, then just stick with it. Who is there to say that you can't have a career in it, or just do it as a hobby, or just enjoy it on the side? You can make your entire life about it if you wanted to. If someone tells you that you have no chance living a life doing those things, or there is no point enjoying or doing those things, you don't listen, you just do, okay? Once again, stick to your values, not their expectations. What gives your life meaning beyond things looking impressive? So basically, if money isn't an equation, what makes you feel good? To me, for example, it's a good workout. Whether I'm in a gym, I'm outside, I'm in the garage, I'm just running, it doesn't matter. A good workout makes me feel fucking great. And I get nothing for it financially. But it's still an investment in me and my mind. To you, it might be football. It might be gaming. It doesn't really matter what it is, as long as it's important to you and makes you genuinely feel good without any kind of monetary gains. And the last question, when have you felt the most alive? This is a tough one, and it's a genuine, real question I think you need to ask yourself. Personally, for me, it's when I do difficult shit, because if I do something that's incredibly hard and I complete it, whether I feel like I want to do it or not want to do it, I feel the best at the end once I'm done. When I actually stick to my own promises and I fulfill what I said I was going to do. Write down your answers. Do not put down any filters. I want you to do this raw, just real and raw, because this is all about for you. It's only you're going to see this, and only you're going to read this. So don't cut out anything. Just be as honest as you possibly can. The next step, which is step number 2, is to align daily actions with those values. Once you realize what matters to you, you have to live it as often as you possibly can. Because being a huge fan of basketball and never watching it or participating in it, well, it's not going to bring you much joy now, is it? You need that time. No matter how busy you are, you need that time for you. Because so many people say they value health, growth, or connections, but during the day-to-day, they do the complete opposite of that. They won't partake in any sport or physical activity. They will choose to watch a film rather than read a book, and they will immediately go home rather than taking opportunities to socialize when them opportunities arise. So you can't actually value something and then never want to do it. They have to go hand in hand. You simply must live the things that give you fulfillment as often as you possibly can. Next step, number 3, is to embrace contribution. one of the deepest sources of fulfillment is to contribute beyond yourself, aka helping someone. It doesn't mean changing the world. You know, you don't have to become the next Tesla and revolutionize a huge industry or anything like that. It could just mean helping a person. They're struggling to word an email. Help them out with it. Creating something that makes things easier for your team at work that I can just refer to. When your life impacts other lives in a meaningful way, no matter how small, it gives you that sense of significance and fulfillment that not many other things can. Personally, I consider this for myself because I'm not a parent, but a lot of parents say whenever they see or help their child do something or accomplish something, they feel awesome because of what the child feels like. That is contribution beyond yourself. My own example would be one of the things I mentioned earlier, which is creating something for the team at work to be able to use on a daily basis. And personally, I think that's fucking awesome. The final step, step number 4, I need you to accept that fulfillment is a constant practice and not a destination. People often wait for this like perfect moment to start things or for things to just fall into place. But fulfillment isn't a finish line where you can say, once I have this, or once I earn this much, or once I look like this, I will be fulfilled. Naturally, we are always going to want more. I suppose that's just human nature. We become a little greedy, haven't we? So that's why we have to build it through daily, weekly, just constant actions and little steps, and be grateful for these things, because that's how actual real fulfillment feels. Being grateful for what you currently have. Some days, you know, you'll feel deeply and you'll think life is awesome, and then literally the following day you'll have no energy to get out of bed. It goes with massive ups and downs for everybody, always. I experienced this, I'm sure you experienced it as well. So just keep taking it one step at a time and keep focusing on the things that matter. Because just because you made a switch and things are low, doesn't mean it's because you made that switch. You're just gonna go through that, whether you're having a good time or not. So why do I think this matters? Well, when I was a young kid, I was a very angry kid. I had a very sour outlook on a lot of things. One thing that always caught very deep is how insanely skinny I was. I don't actually have many pictures from when I was young because I deleted them all. That's how much I hated it. And I would always be angry with myself that I allowed other people to make fun of me for how skinny I was. I used to think that once, you know, I get to a better physique or a better looking or whatever, I would feel just so much better, and I would feel this and I would feel that. And of course, you know, over time of training, looking after myself, all that kind of stuff, the whole self-improvement thing, you know, I've realized that life does feel a lot more fulfilling, of course, but I don't think it's fully because of how I am now. I think it's from doing the actual doing. So the actual putting an effort into myself, the actual training, the actual understanding why I feel a certain way about things. Life essentially became more fulfilling because of the work I've done. I found this fulfillment, you know, thanks to that process. And that's what I advise to everybody, is to keep showing up, because it will compound and it will make a difference. It might feel trivial or just pointless in a moment, but you do that over and over and over again for enough time, you will see it. You will feel the difference and things will just feel better. I genuinely am a big believer of this, because now I can wake up and look at my window and see horrible grey clouds, or it could be raining or snowing or just be dark, and I'll be like, nice, let's go and have a good day. Maybe that's just because I became a bit of an optimist over the years, but you know, I think it's because of that fulfillment. Just finding fulfillment in the little things in a daily life, in the whole same shit different day, finding a little bit of fulfillment in that. I honestly think it's all thanks to that, because I know when I was younger, there's no fucking way I'd ever feel that way. I'd just be like, right, day's ruined, I hate everything, that's that. Fulfillment isn't about luck. It's about choice and the daily contributions you make towards yourself. I believe it's something you can build no matter what stage in life you are right now. Just start small and just keep reflecting on things that matter. And just take it steady, man. Honestly, just take it steady, because you deserve to feel alive every single day. As always, I wish the best of luck, and I will see you next week. Bye bye.